Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. Next week is the first week of school. Today is Thursday and I want to get prepped and ready. I want to share with you guys how I am preparing to get straight A's this semester. I am going to be getting straight A's this semester. First of all, I feel like number one, I talked about, the mental side of fitness through pregnancy. There is also a mental side of going back to school as an adult and as a mom. I think it is so important that I don't live in the past in my old academic self. And I said this for a long time. I was like, I was a B student. I was a B student. I would get A's every once in a while. I would get C's every once in a while, but mostly I would get B's. Going into last semester, my sister directly spoke against that. And she said, you can't talk like that anymore. You need to think like an A student. You are an A student. You need to think like that. I mean, listen. You look around, I clearly don't have all of my stuff together. Like, you see all the laundry in our house. I don't have everything together, but if there's something I am going to do this next upcoming months, I'm going to be getting A's in these classes. I am taking some hard courses. So if you are not familiar with this channel, I currently work in the fitness industry. I love it. It's amazing. However, I feel a calling to something different. So I'm going into nursing. So I am taking anatomy and physiology. Big thick book right here, very intimidating. I am also taking microbiology. Fun. I'm supposed to learn everything in those books apparently. And so let's walk through how I am preparing to get straight A's this semester. Keep in mind, I also work, it's a very flexible job, and so I don't work a traditional 9 to 5. I can get things done during the day that most people would probably need to be clocked in at their job, which is like a huge factor in my ability to do things, although I do try to hold and maintain a window of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. because I don't like the middle of my day getting muddled up with too many things. I feel like my brain is just bouncing around too much and I need to be in work mode and in cycle bar mode during the day. And then at night I go into school mode. All that to say, I wanted to explain that because I think that's an important piece. If you are trying to compare your life to mine, first of all, don't ever do that. You are living your own life, you have your own challenges, you're gonna have your own stuff that you come up against, and that's gonna look different than my stuff. But it is very possible to go back to school as a mom and succeed, and I'm gonna show you guys this semester. So just wait until the check-in 4 months from now, 5 months from now, when I am like, hey, check out my grades, and it's all A's. I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna show you. So here's how I prepare, knowing my first day of school is going to be actually Monday because I am taking an online pathophysiology class as well. That's another prerequisite to get into the program. I'm applying to an accelerated bachelor's program. So it'll be a 1-year program. You have to get a lot of prerequisites done before applying. Hopefully I get in. We'll get to that part months from now. First things first, printing out my syllabuses early, my syllabi. All of my professors did send out their syllabus early. I like to print it out and I like to read it ahead of time, and it turns out that I have one class that meets every Friday. I already have stuff that I need to start doing next week, so I'm so glad I did this and I didn't just show up to the first class like without reading the syllabus. So tip number one, if your professor sends anything early, make sure you actually read through it. Don't rely on that first day of class to just like kind of wing it and like it's probably going to be nothing. I have found the first day of school generally is like a syllabus overview day, but it's still, I think it's what A students do. This is what we do, is we read the syllabus ahead of time, and if the professor gives us information that we need to know ahead of the class, we're gonna jump into it. The other thing that is so important to do is to get yourself super, super organized. If you are a mom, you have kids, they have their own schedule. I cannot tell you how confused I was yesterday when I was thinking about my daycare situation. My son is going to one place, my daughter's going to another place because of like the age difference with their school. I have my Google Calendar color coded. So I have color coded what drop off is happening on what day, what time that drop off and pickup needs to happen, where each kid is going, and me and my husband are going to go through it and figure out who is doing which drop off pickup so that we go to bed every night knowing what tomorrow's plan is, as opposed to kind of flying by the seat of our pants. Another thing to keep in mind is my husband's job is a traditional 9 to 5. It's actually 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., whatever. He works from home. That makes my life more flexible because when we bring my youngest home to nap, I will be able to also leave if I need to. So there's not this like, I need to be in charge of the kids all day because my husband's gone at the office all day. Thank God. We tried that. We tried that for 2 months, and thank God we aren't doing that anymore, because I don't know how you moms do it when your husband leaves for the whole day. Oh my gosh, that was so stressful. I couldn't do it. Well, I did it. I did it for 2 months. Never say never. Okay, but I'm so glad we don't have to do that anymore. I am also going school supplies shopping. I have just one thing I need to buy for one of my classes, and then I have stuff I need to buy for my son for back to school. So we are gonna go back to school shopping. And I have some like extra things that I feel like help me be a better student that I'm gonna show you guys. So you're coming along for the ride. We're gonna go shopping today. Probably not until this afternoon. I need to get some work done. I'm excited to show you guys what we buy. Okay, it's the next day. I totally forgot to get anything for my supplies. I really just needed one pair of gloves, and I didn't get them for myself, but I already have my goggles. Lab coat, borrowed from my mother-in-law, who took a bunch of prerequisites for nursing school in her 40s. So if you think it's too late, it ain't. Let me tell you. Another way that I'm setting myself up to get straight A's this semester is making sure that my desk and space is clean and free of mess, especially the time in between one semester and another. Like, chores can pile up when you get really busy and stressed out and having all these kids. You got all this laundry. So we just folded all of our laundry, right?
Yep.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
Well, we have more going. It's a constant cycle. And then I just went through a bunch of clothes to get rid of, clean out my closet so that I have more room to actually put things away. And then I can go and buy more stuff.
That's funny.
I'm gonna go and drop that stuff off, donate it, and pick up my gloves while the kids are napping.
Sure.
Cool. And get other stuff. Cool. Man, I cannot even tell you how quickly my materialism goes away when I hit up a thrift store. Like, it's just filled with all this crap, and it makes me want to not buy more crap. So, didn't get a chance to donate because they only take donations from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's like a local church thrift store that we like to donate to instead of Goodwill. And got my gloves. It's just one of those things. It's like, get it out of the way, you know? I got 10 pairs. I feel like that's fine. $2.50. And I got a study treat. Good morning, you guys. It's the next day. So it's a Saturday. School starts on Monday. I just wanted to share because along with being a really good student, I also want to be a really good mom. So the way that I kind of balance that is on days when I know I have nothing, I really focus on being there for my kids, doing something fun with the family, like having a really good family time. So we are going for a hike today. We're going to go and do something fun and special and escape from the heat that we have. Quick outfit check. You can see wearing my matching Lulu bra shorts and shirt. I just realized I'm literally decked out because I also got the socks. I can't lift my leg that high. You're just gonna have to trust me. Let's have a great day. Hi! We're on a hike. Are we on a hike? I'm like, should I take up knitting? Yeah, let's just take another thing. Oh my gosh. Look at all those Pomeranians. I almost called them. That's cool. Okay, it's the next day. Yesterday was amazing. Awesome day with the kids. Really enjoyed it. Today is my last day before school starts tomorrow. And I just want to say, my channel is primarily a running channel when I'm not pregnant. Let me just say, as somebody who loves running, who finds a lot of joy in it, it really helps my mental health too, I am going to heavily prioritize making time for myself to move in some way, shape, or form throughout this entire semester. I do think it can get really easy to get hyper-focused on school, hyper-focused on studying, but at the end of the day, being balanced in my life is the only way to not aggressively burn out and lose all energy, all motivation, all focus. So having that balance, I think taking 45 minutes to an hour for yourself every day to exercise is key to longevity and consistency, long-term success. So we're out here running, just enjoying the final day before school starts tomorrow, and going to church. Okay, so it is now Monday. It's the first day of official fall semester. I'm basically going to be looking at what assignments do I have due today. Most assignments are due by the end of the week. What materials do I need to learn before I go to class? Because sometimes professors do that. Like, that's just a reality of some of these courses. You have to have stuff done before you show up to class on the first day, which is the case for my class on Friday for sure, and I'm not sure about tomorrow. And then just checking on like what the workload will look like throughout the week and trying to figure out that rhythm. So what I'm doing right now is basically watching an orientation from my online class where hopefully the professor will go through what to expect every week and like kind of how, I feel like the good professors tell you how to get through the material, like what to do first, what to do next, what to do next. And there's usually like weekly quizzes, weekly assignments due, weekly lectures to watch. I'm kind of trying to figure out systems right now. So I think that's my main thing for like this portion of the video is like figure out a system for you to use weekly so that every single week you not only have like set designated times to work on certain classes, which helps you not feel overwhelmed with the workload that you might have, but also like try to segment out when you're doing things for each class so that you have a system where you don't get insanely overwhelmed with the amount of assignments you have due for all of your classes. You just know, today I need to finish my assignment for this class and watch the lecture, and then tomorrow I watch the lecture and do the assignment for this class. So yeah, that's kind of how I help myself not be completely overwhelmed. And honestly, to be real with you, the first couple weeks of a semester, I always feel overwhelmed. So I'm just like gonna allow that feeling to happen because it happened last semester when I first started going back to school. I was just like, this is too much. And it turns out that it wasn't. I just had an adjustment period of a couple weeks where I needed to like wrap my brain around what my schedule was gonna look like now. So it turns out that I actually have to go and pick my kids up from daycare right now. So I do have this lecture that I could listen to. I think I'm going to text it to my phone and just listen to it while I'm driving. It's like a 15-minute introductory video, so we're multitasking. I'm also going to grab some food, very important. Yeah, first day of the semester. Off to a really great start. Tomorrow I have my first in-person lab, which is really exciting, and I'm going to pack for that. One thing I'm really good at is skipping breakfast. So I'm going to show you guys the overnight oats that I made last semester that I feel like were like the perfect meal for those early mornings. You're just not hungry yet. Overnight oats recipe. Let's get into it.
Some already, so. Strawberries are good.
There's more?
Okay. What's your favorite? Dive in.
Yeah. So it's the end of the night now. It is 7:40, and as wonderful as it would be to just chill, today's the first day, so it is the day to set the habit, get organized for the week, and as much as I would love to just sit on the couch and melt, I know I need to at least start watching a lecture, kind of get my head around what these professors are going to be like. So I'm about to change into some comfy clothes and get to it. So it's the first day of school. Coffee. I did not sleep well. This is the night before school, like the first day of school thing. Like the anxiety that I have about not waking up for my alarm is crazy. It's also just like excitement. So I woke up at 4 feeling like rested, and then I looked at my clock and I was like, it's 4. Does anyone else, when you wake up just like insanely early for something and you know your alarm is going off in like 2 hours, and like that's not enough time for a good sleep cycle. So I start panicking. That's me right now. It's the first day of school. It's exciting. Oh my gosh, you guys. After all that preparation, I was 15 minutes late for class because I checked my maps to get here. I live like what, 20 miles away, and it's a lot of freeway. And so in the morning, like, you just never know what traffic you're gonna get. And my kids were being emotional and I felt so sad to leave them. And yeah, I was 15 minutes late. It worked out. But after all that preparation, so silly. Okay, I'm heading to Midtown. Okay, first day of school, we survived, we made it. Yeah, I would just say don't do what I just did and let yourself get distracted the morning of class. I do remember my chemistry professor taking attendance like the first 5 minutes that I was in class, and then giving spots to people on the wait list who weren't there. So that's why I was in a bit of a panic, and it's fine. We're gonna eat these oats. We're gonna enjoy. Now, basically, the teachers all have their own systems for how they will test, how they will grade you, and they usually give that to you to help you be successful. So that is the other thing, that you need to make sure you're really paying attention to what the teacher tells you about what's going to be on the test, and like what materials you really need to pay attention to and how to work through the week. So like, for example, my professor just now basically told us like everything on the exam, it's going to be all stuff from the lectures, and you can have one sheet of notes. And my professor told us if you get a B on all of the exams, but you get all of your other work turned in, that letter grade will bump up to an A, because that's how much the other assignments are worth. So that's really good to keep in mind when it comes to test anxiety of like, okay, I need to at least get a B, and as long as I get everything else done and there is an opportunity for extra credit in this class, you do the extra credit when you have the opportunity, especially these harder classes like science-based classes. Okay, let's give these overnight oats a try. Pretty good. A ton of flavor. I don't think I added enough honey, so it's a little bitter, but I need this. I didn't eat this morning because, well, I had that piece of toast, but I just was like sprinting into class and swerving on the freeway. So anyways, that's my life. Hope you enjoyed. I will be getting straight A's this semester. Mark my word. I will check in with you guys in a couple months. I think the semester's 16 weeks long, so 4 months. I'm also gonna be having a baby at that time. Oh my gosh, and just in case you were wondering, this professor I just talked to is totally fine with me taking the final a little bit early, because the final's technically the day after my due date, which would be, I've carried past my due date in all of my pregnancies. If you've been sticking around for a long time, I always go past my due date, but I just have a weird feeling that if I don't set up myself to be like good to go within a week of the due date, then baby girl is gonna be stressing mommy out early and come in maybe a couple days early. That would be just wonderful for me on a physical level. I've never gone into labor before my due date. That would be fun. But she's gonna let me take the final a couple days early, which is really, really nice. Happy first week of school. If you're a mom going back to school, I'm so proud of you. We're in this together. Those goodbyes and those mornings without your kids and the time that you're working to build something for yourself will pay off. And I think that's what we need to remind ourselves in these hard moments. We are building a better future, not just for us, but for our children. I cannot wait to be a nurse, to work 3 days a week and have like just really heavy work days and then 4 days off. I don't think that, I mean, I know nursing gets a bad rap. Now I'm kind of gonna go on a little tangent. Nursing gets a bad rap. I feel like online you read a lot of negativity around nursing. A lot of nurses that are negative about their career, and I am not taking away their experience at all. I think that it's totally valid and it's really good to pay attention to that stuff. But the trade-off to me is so good because to me, 4 days without working, like the majority of my week being time that I could have with my family, that is like invaluable to me. That your time to me is the most valuable resource that you have. And I'm just so excited to be in a position to be able to really help people, to be able to comfort them in their time of need. Like I feel so called to that on top of all of the benefits that come with nursing. And I'm just really excited to be on this journey, and I'm gonna be getting A's because I wanna set myself up for success in the future. And like, let's say I wanna eventually go to nurse practitioner school or CRNA school or something, like I wanna make sure these grades today aren't ones that I look back on. When I look back 10 years at my degree, it's 10, 12 years, yikes. When I look back 12 years at my degree, I'm so frustrated with the grades that I got because I think about those classes and I'm like, that could have been so easy to get an A. If I had just put the effort in, it would have been so easy, but I didn't put the effort in. I was too focused on partying, too focused on my social life. Had to be cool, had to be fun, couldn't be dedicated to school. That's all changing now. We're getting A's, baby, and this is how we're doing it. So I hope this video was helpful. I'll keep you guys updated on what is going on throughout the semester, little vlogs here and there. If I think of more little tidbits, I will let you know. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!